The smell of blood fills my lungs with its deep, bitter rank. Flies swarm into my eyes, and the frantic lowing of cattle about to be slaughtered echoes through the lab, where I am sitting on a high stool looking down through the lens of a microscope. I dare not cry or run away, because Papa has brought me here for a reason. Through the lens, I see a transparent oval creature with one long antenna at one end of its body. Tiny hairs at the other end quiver and pulse with frantic energy. I move my eyes away from the lens and see nothing but a drop of water. I look back through the lens, and magically the creature is there, dancing for me alone. This circus is mine. So I'm 79 years old, which is a very good age to be writing a memoir, I think. The title of my book is Chasing the Zebra, a memoir in 3 acts. Those 3 acts take place in Kenya, in Germany, and in the United States. It comes from an African proverb that says, "Not everyone who chased the zebra caught it, but he who caught it chased it." Zebra are notoriously difficult to catch, and they cannot be tamed. So that's where the metaphor comes in. My memoir is a story of survival as a woman. It's about 1 million different jobs I've had. It's about 1 million different creative projects I've done, films, books, community activism, all kinds of things. There are various themes that run through this book. I am Jewish, but my father was Polish, my mother was Romanian, and no spiritual belief. But being the daughter of Jewish survivors has definitely had an effect on my life, even in Africa. Of course, growing up in Kenya as a white person, racism is a huge theme throughout the book. It took me until I was about 15 to realize that I myself was part of the problem. Another theme is being a white African. And there's a whole class of authors who are also white Africans, like Doris Lessing, Nadine Gordimer. We all comment on and struggle with the fact that we call Africa home. We have absorbed much of our moral compass and social values comes more from Africa than from our white heritage, but we are not African. I am an immigrant. How does that affect one's cultural persona, one's feeling of belonging? But I think about ancestors, ancestry of land, ancestry of ethnicity, ancestry of belief systems. I really follow the African principle called Ubuntu, which comes from South Africa. And very simply, it means I am because you are, and you are because I am. But what I'm hoping also is that it can be a kind of pathway for readers to think more deeply about their own lives. Like, can you trace your own story arc? Maybe a timeline of change in your life, a kind of tracking system. If I sell 500 to 1,000 pre-orders, I have a very good chance of getting picked up by a traditional publisher. If you do order a pre-copy, I will put your name in my book as one of my witnesses. How about that?